Hey friends, Kyle here. How are you? Happy Saturday. I hope this finds you doing well and having a beautiful day. Today's word of the day, it's pretty simple, guys. Prove them wrong. Just prove them wrong. Yep. All right. So, today I have a holly jolly project featuring Bargain Bead Box. So I know I said I wasn't really into the Christmas jewelry and all the things, and yet here I am bringing all the eggnog to the party. I don't know what to tell you, friends, but today we have a fun project. So it's not. I kind of have put it together in my mind, in my heart, if you will, but I haven't actually technically put it together yet. So it's not design on the fly, but it's also not design on the fly. Okay, anyway, so let's pull out our list of those are the earrings. I'm going to give you a little peep show of the earrings real quick so you can kind of see how festive we're going here. Those are the earrings. Don't they look like little Christmas ornaments? Yeah. And if you notice, I did a little painting as well. We're not going to do painting today. All my pieces are painted. But I will show you. I will walk you through what I did. So here is kind of, see, like I'm saying still. This is what I use for when I'm just putting ideas together, and then I'll just transfer it to a different bead stringing wire. So this is going to be a pretty simple project. I just thought that this would be our front piece. It is going to be a double necklace. I have decided. I have made this executive decision. So we have some stuff here. So we have some chain. We have this focal. We have a little toggle set. We have a bunch of these cones. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need. This is from the Bargain Bead Box. So guys, you are going to need about 23 inches of bead string wire. This is my bead string wire of choice for this project. You're going to need, oh, my friends, remember when we had unboxed this and I had said about the pipe chain, what the mini pipe chain? Well, guys, this is the regular pipe chain and it fits perfect. So we're going to do some pipe chain in this project today. So you're going to need 2 8-inch pieces of pipe chain, or any kind of silicone. Yes, if you want to get the silicone variety, you can, but this is the silicone variety. Or you could do silicone tubing. Guys, if you are not familiar with SilverSilk, it's a knitted chain, and Nile over there at SilverSilk, he's just amazing. He's the owner and the proprietary dude, and all the things, and an amazing designer, world-class designer. He puts it on all kinds of things, and this happens to be over top of some silicone tubing. Guys, I will leave the link for Mr. SilverSilk Nile in the comments and the description box, as well as, like I said, this is a Bargain Bead Box project, so I'll leave all those as well, all the Bargain Bead Box stuff. Okay, so you're going to need also, we have some jump rings involved, a couple 6 millimeters, a couple little tiny baby jump rings. We're going to have 2 crimp tubes, some more 6 millimeter jump rings. You're going to need 4 of these cone caps. You're going to need 4 of these little ball spacers that were in the box. Did you even see that? Did my finger hole like swallow it up? I don't know. It's like there it goes. You will also need 12 crystals, which are these little frosty guys. You're going to need 12 of those. And you're going to need 4 of these little disco ruby slipper balls. And then you're also going to need these 2 green lampwork beads that came in our box. Mine look like beautiful little frogs. I just think they're so cute. Unfortunately, we only got 2, so we're going to put them both in this necklace. You're also going to need this guy pendant, the toggle clasp, the branch pendant. Guys, don't get mad at me because I know it was stainless steel, but I painted it. It is what it is. You're also going to need, I'll show you that in a second. You're also going to need one of these holly charms, which I've also painted. And you're going to need some seed beads. I have chosen these 11 O's, and this is in transparent ruby. And I just think that's a beautiful color, and it matches our ruby slippers, even though it's garnet, but I don't care. So yeah, that's what we need for the necklace. We're going to need some more different things for the earrings. This for the necklace. All right. We need lots of stuff. It's a simple little, oh, and chain. You also need chain. That was an afterthought, but you are going to need chain because we're going to do a small little chain layer. For a simple project, it's got an awful lot of stuff in it. All right. So basically, let's take this off because this is what we want the front of our necklace to look like. So we're just going to slide to the left. All right. And I'm going to show you my branch pendant. So here she is. Don't take a deep breath. Oh, hold on. Make sure she doesn't have no cat hair on her. Okay. So this is what I've done. So I have my lights on, right? Because it doesn't look very bright, but I'm sure it is. I painted her green, and then I waited for that to dry. This is why I didn't want to do this on here, because this actually took me a couple of days. So I painted it all green, and then I have this side, which I did a little extra of the frosty just to see which side I liked better, but I think I like this more natural frost. So I painted it green. Here are the paints that I used. These are all my patina paints, guys. They don't unfortunately make this kind anymore. They make the ultimate paints now. I don't have any of the ultimate paints. I still have all of these Ranger OGs, the vintage. And I love these paints. And I'm so sad that they don't make them anymore. But I still have them because you don't use a whole lot. So, but I think I will start collecting some of the ultimate paints because the colors that they have now are just amazing. But I used the emerald. And I also used this ruby, garnet for the little dot here. And so what I did was I painted him completely green. I didn't distress him or anything because he had all these little cutouts in here. And so I knew it's always really fun to not get cat hair in your paint. But it's always, when things have texture like this, paint just sits in it different. You know what I mean? The paint just, it acts differently. And sometimes it's a wonderful thing. Sometimes it's not. It really depends what you're trying to achieve. So I painted this completely green. I gave it 24 hours to dry. And then I took my silver, the Sovereign silver. No, it was Sovereign. Where did I get, what am I reading right now? What is happening? Noval. Listen, I don't know. I'm Polish. Noval silver. So what I do is I take this and I do a little bit of drop, and then I'll do a little tiny bit of water, and I'll mix it, and it kind of creates a wash. And then I will just do the little wash over this pendant, and then it'll settle in here because of all those little grooves. It settles in there, and it creates kind of like this little frosty tones in there. So I thought that would be really pretty. And then, of course, after all is said and done, I then hit it with the gloss. Before I put the silver on, I do distress it just a ton, just very, like, you don't want, just to create just a tiny bit of texture, more texture, so that silver wash will have more little pools to settle into, but just like barely. You don't want to do anything crazy with that. We're not, trying to patina it or texture it like that. We're just trying to, just very slightly. You don't even have to do that part if you don't want. That could just be me being super retentive. But yeah, so my thought process was that our focal would be this guy. If my fat fingers can stop knocking stuff around. I thought maybe we could put this guy on top of this guy and have like this little branch. I think it's cute. I think it's kind of cute. And it's going to jingle when it's worn. So that makes me incredibly happy. All right. So I'm sure that's what a lot of these jump rings here are for. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't technically put this together yet. I do have the little bail that it came on, but we might use that if we could get both of those through that bail. We'll see how that goes. But so for now, we're going to get our bead string and wire. Oh, tools. You're going to need lots of tools, my friends. Unfortunately. You're going to need some cutters. You're going to need some crimping pliers. You're going to need some chain nose pliers. At some point, I'm sure. I think that's all for the necklace, though. For the earrings, you're going to need a lot of more tools. Okay. I'm not trying to scare you because the earrings are rather simple, but they do require some tools. Okay. So let's cut our stringing wire. Oh, sorry. Ding, 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 dong. Hello. Okay. I am totally unhinged today because it is Saturday, my friends. Saturday. I was hoping to actually take today off, and I have like 3 videos to shoot, and I was going to try to shoot them yesterday. But, stuff don't be working out sometimes the way we want it to. So, I took the day off yesterday. Sorry, trying to be quiet with the tools. Okay, so we're just cutting our wire, and I probably cut more than I need, but I always do that, and it's okay. It's okay. I'm not offending anybody's ancestors. You guys can also do some wire guardians if you want. Did I want to do wire guardians? Do I want to do wire guardians? You know what? I'm probably going to give this away. So let me grab my wire guardians. This is going to be all day beading, so I'm not even going to pause it right now. Did I even give myself... I'm going to bring the crimp tubes over too, just in case. Just in case. Okay. Oh, guys, remember my one crimp tube container said scrimps, and I said I was going to label the other one OG crimps? I did it. I did it. Those are the good crimps. All right, let's pick out some wire guardians. You would think I'd be more prepared. It's okay. It's all right. We'll put 3 here just in case. I'm not used to using these, but then I was thinking about it. Because usually a lot of the stuff that I make I keep, but I think I'm going to gift this to someone. I just don't know who yet. All right. So, oh, you know what? We also need a little clamp. Oh my goodness. What is going on, Kyle? Hey guys, by the way, I know I have a lot of new people here, and I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you more than you know. Yeah, I think I've gotten a couple, like about 30 more viewers, and I'm just so excited. I'm so glad you guys have chosen me. All right, so here we are going to do this. So we're going to put this... Our SilverSilk is going to sit in here. So I'm just doing the centerpiece right now. So we're going to make sure that we place these cones in a way that the SilverSilk will go inside there. So basically we're just making our pattern. I'm going to use these little silver balls, and I'll explain why in a minute. Not that I have to explain why, but I don't know. I think this necklace, this portion of the necklace is going to be about 21 inches long. I think that's how I measured it. But we'll see. And then I was thinking the chain portion, we can do maybe 18 inches long. I think that would be really pretty. And it'd be a pretty layered look. I'm really into like layering stuff lately. Layering things or making like little necklace like drapes. I'm so into that right now. It's just a season of layering, I guess. I don't know what's going on in my brain, but she's layering everything. I'm kind of here for it. All right. These are so pretty, but I do have to say, I didn't realize it. Where is your hole method? Like, is that it? Or is that, it's like a force field there. Watch this. It's like, it's a force of it. Well, that can't be the hole. Look, y'all, it's not the hole. I'm like, it's a force field. No, dummy, it's not the hole. Oh, my word. It's one of those days. All right. So anyway, I don't know what I was saying before that, but oh yeah, let's pick up these couple little seed beads here. So I like to do these. Now you can use, these are 11 O's. You can use 8 O's, work great here. You could use whatever O you want, or delicas. I don't know all the differences, but you can use whatever you want. But I like to do, and it's these little ones, I like to do a couple, like maybe 5, usually 3 or 5. I like to do odd numbers. And how many I do just really depends on if I want my, pendant to be able to travel. And I think that would be a cute little distance. He's not going to go far. When you do it like that, he'll kind of settle. And I think that's perfect. So we did 5 there. I made that executive management decision to do that. Yeah. So what are you guys up to on this Saturday? My husband's got a pot roast in the, is it pot roast if it's in the crock pot? Well, I guess so, because crock pot. Yeah, so he's got a pot roast in the crock pot right now. So I'm excited for that. Listen, when you get to a certain age in your life, you get excited about pot roast. It just is what it is. I think sometimes I'm more excited for the veggies, though, because he's got big, giant Bella mushrooms in there and carrots and potatoes. And to be quite honest, I'm really excited about that part. The meat, I'm not a huge meat eater, but I'm a veggie and carb girl all day long. But the meats I could give or take. I was a vegetarian for a really long time. And then I got pregnant with my son, and the first thing I craved was hot dogs. Like it, I mean, not like that was a real meat product, but of all things to crave, really, hot dogs. Hot dogs and tomato soup. I just don't, that's all I wanted to eat. And it had to be Campbell's, right? It had to be Campbell's. All right, so we are done with this beginning. Oh my God, pick it up, girl. We are done with this portion, and let's see about how long this is. I want to make sure my math is right, because you know sometimes late at night when I put these projects together in my brain, you know, we're on nature's time, if you know what I mean. So let's see here. We're on nature's brain. Yeah. So this is about 5 inches. And then 8 and 6, that's 16 and 5, and then crimping. So figure about 22 inches. If that's too long, you can maybe take some of these. You could just take some of these out if you don't want too long of a, but I think it's going to be good. All right, so now comes the fun part. So now we get to put our silver silk in. So guys, I've already cut it. I've cut 2 8-inch pieces, and you can kind of look around if you've got some little guys poking out. You know, you can go, that's not too bad. Just maybe 1 or 2 little guys. But, you know, it's going to be under a cap, so it's not going to, you're not even really going to see anything. You just want to pick out the ones that are maybe just hanging out a little too much, okay? So I think that's perfect. Oh, what did I do? Let's put this back on here. Oh my God, Kala's that's a recipe for disaster. Oh my goodness. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to string this guy on. And what's great about this is you can string wire through here. These look amazing on like memory wire bracelets. You can string any wire through here basically. So it's going to sit right in this little cap. And I thought it was just, maybe brown might not be your first color of choice, but I'm going to be straight up. This was the only color I had in pipe chain right now. So, but I thought the brown would be pretty because I thought it would kind of like mimic the Christmas, like this, the Christmas tree, right? Go with me here, guys. This is real interpretational here. Okay. I'm about to hit you with some interpretational inspiration. So this is like the Christmas tree bark, and this is like all the fancery on the Christmas tree, or this is a wreath. This could be a wreath, and this is the natural part of the wreath, and then this is the stuff. And this is the ornament that goes on either the tree or the wreath. So, you know what I'm saying? It works out perfect that it's brown because, you know, okay. There we go. So there's my lesson and inspiration for this project. All right. So to finish this guy off, we're going to put another one of these cones, and then we are going to put one of these little balls. And why I put the ball on there is because when I crimp, if I were to just crimp here, I can pull the wire down, but when I have to cut, there she goes. But when I have to cut the bead string wire, it's kind of hard to cut underneath this cap, you know? Hold on, this might be dicey. Wait, I got another one here. It's fine. I have a whole bag right next to me. So if I put this here, I can just take it through this bead, so then it won't have to go through that, and I won't have to worry about, oh, is there bead stringing wire sticking out or what have you. So that's why we do that like that. See, I think about all the little things, my friends. All right, so let's put one of these wire guardians on that I just love so much. I don't know. Oh, it would help if I put a crimp tube on first, wouldn't it? I'm glad I realized that. Did I not put any little crimp tubes in here? Usually I do. I put the crimp tubes right in there. I did not this time. I did not. Okay, so we are getting our bead-alon because we're using the bead-alon 19 strand, the 0.018. So we're going to use the bead-alon crimp tubes. Now, if you were using the Softflex would be a 0.019. So their tubes are a little bit bigger than these tubes. I think that's how it goes, or thicker or something, because they're designed to fit that 0.19. The bead-alon size 2 crimps are designed to fit the 0.018. So just, you can still use your magical crimping pliers. They still work, but you just want to keep buddies with buddies. You know, they're buddies, keep the buddies together. So that's my rule of thumb. Softflex, not that they can't hang out, you know, together in the jewelry box, you know, and be friends, and they certainly can. but for the you want to keep them together for the one pieces, if that makes any sense. I know it doesn't, but that's okay. Welcome to my life. Welcome to my brain. Welcome to my brain. Okay. We are going to put one of these little tubies on here. My brain is a scary place sometimes. Today it's not so scary. Today it's actually nice. It's nice in there today. Patricia has me making Christmas necklaces. Guys, if you don't know, Patricia is like that other person that lives in my brain. She's this, I don't want to say the sober one, but she's the one that makes the adult decisions most of the time. And I think she's the one that's putting all these Christmas ideas in my brain. Thank you, Patricia. I appreciate you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to see how we put that on there. And we're going to take our pliers and see how these have like a little circle indentation. So that circle indentation is going to go directly on that tube. And you can look like so and make sure it's on there properly, because if not, you will get a little weird shape. And we want a square. So I make sure that this is nice and straight, and I'm not, and I'll go ahead and lock that in. And then we have this little square. So then we'll take it on the side. Again, we'll making sure that that is centered perfectly. Then we'll give that another squeeze, and then we'll kind of squeeze it and roll it. And so in essence, what we're doing is we're creating little balls here. And balls are so much fun to make. You can make them out of meat. You can make them out of snow. You can make them out of ice if you're really mad at somebody. You can make them out of all kinds of stuff. I like to make them out of metal for my necklaces. But balls are fun. Anyway, I'm about to get banned if I don't stop about the balls. All right. So I think that is looking sexy. And you see that's a perfect little ball. Let's give it the tug test. That's locked in there. So guys, yeah, don't be afraid to use your magical crimping pliers with Beadalon products if you must, because they do work and they work lovely. Just keep them together. That's all. That's all. I've never tried that AccuFlex, or is that what it's? Some of those other, like Beadsmith, I've never tried any of their bead string wire. I'm kind of a little bit particular. It's either Beadalon or Softflex. I don't know why I'm this way, but I am. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to secure this guy up in here. All right, secure him, and then we're going to secure that one. And then we're going to pull all the rest of our work down. All right, so that's what we have so far. Oh, I think it's so cute. All right, so we're going to get our other piece of SilverSilk. Was I calling this? I hope I was calling this SilverSilk earlier, not Softflex. That would be embarrassing. Also, if you don't want to pick them out with your pliers, you can just take your fingers and squish them down. I do that sometimes too. I don't really, I tend to do this more often because I'm always afraid if I pick, sometimes you have to pick a piece of metal out. But I'm always afraid I'm going to pick a piece of metal out and it's going to cause it to unravel, which will never happen because that's just honestly not how it's designed. But it's my brain tells me that. Like, just don't, because then if you take this part out, it's all going to fall out. It won't, I promise you it won't. That's not how it's made. All right, so we're just feeding this through. Again, guys, you can do memory wire. You can do regular wire. When we do our earrings, we are going to be using some German style wire. Ooh, I hope I cut a big enough piece. Maybe my math in my head was not correct. I don't know. I hope we have enough to crimp here. What is going, can y'all just get in there? Thank you. It's not rocket science. Guys, I think I cut too much. I think I'm going to have to cut this, yeah, let me cut about a half an inch off of each end. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, friends, we're back. Sorry about that. So what I did was I basically took an inch off both sides of the SilverSilk, so making both pieces 7 inches. So I think that will hopefully solve that problem. Yeah, I cut, I guess it was, I don't know, but here we are. It's fine. It's all good. Because I still have to keep in mind that I'm going to have some hardware. You know, we're going to have 2 jump rings and we're going to have a toggle clasp. So let's go ahead and crimp this side now. So we're going to, crimp tube first, call. A, B, C, D, not E, F, G first. A, B, C, D first. Then E, F, G. You know what I'm saying. Unless you're like George Lucas, and then you can do whatever you want with time. You can release the middle movies and then release the later movies after that. You can do whatever you want if you're George Lucas. I'm going to grab, I don't really like the way these look. Grab another one real quickie. I know I'm so particular. I like that one a little bit, boys. It's got a better shape. I'm all about this shape. I'm all about that shape. About that shape. No weirdos. Okay. What am I talking about? I'm a weirdo. All right, we're going to put our crimpy tube, our Guardian on, and then we're going to go ahead and slip that through. We're going to pull this Guardian up after this. I'm telling you, the wire is slippery today, my friends. I don't know what is going on. It's my fingertips, it's the wire, I'm not really sure. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to slide that up. Then we are going to take this wire and put it through the crimp tube, and also, now, like, see what I'm saying? You could bring it through the cone, but I don't want to do that, because then when I cut it, I might not get it all. So I just want to bring it through that first bead. Grab onto that tail, take this, and just pull your work up, and then it will slide right down. I love that part about stringing. Listen, guys, I'm a stringer. Like, I love stringing. My heart is such a stringing heart that projects like this just make me happy. They're simple, you know, but I love stringing. So we're just fixing and making sure everything is in its place before we lock it down. Because once we lock it down, that's it. Okay. Feels good. So now we're just going to get this side, and we're going to work this guy down here. So just holding that and pulling. Right, just kind of working him down. Okay. Nice and straight. No gaps. Okay. There we go. Oh no, okay. It's like all of this and I can't find my crimping pliers. Now guys, you're going to want to make sure, because this is a little bit of a tighter spot, that you're not hitting those wire guardians when you're crimping here. See, everything is just loosening up on me and I don't like it. Okay, there we go. Hold that down tight. And it's, oh no. And see, sometimes that happens. The first crimp doesn't lock it down. So we got to lock it down with this side. This is the part that's always more difficult for whatever reason. All right. Once you get a couple squeezes in there, you'll be all right. Just forming that ball. Make sure that's in there good. A couple squeezes. Sometimes it will spin around on you. I think I can probably let it go. Sometimes it will spin around. You just got to get it at the right angles. There we go. Making sure not to smash that Guardian. Just be patient with it, you know. See, there's our ball. I'm hoping it's secure. I don't know why it wouldn't be. But sometimes you really got to check, because sometimes you will have crimp failures, guys. Sometimes you will. You saw how tight and secure that last one was, and sometimes maybe if this tube was just a little bit too short or something, I think I just got it in there to secure. But you never know. All right. So let's do the pull. And yeah, it's in there. It's just that I have a little extra room here that I didn't want, but that's all right. We can pull this all up a little bit. That's not quite as tight as I would have liked to gotten it, but that's okay. It's all right. The other thing I like about wire guardians are that they kind of keep your spaces you know, the same. So your loops are going to be the same. So that's really pretty, right? All right, so let's add our little charm focal here. And I think we're going to do this with a 6mm jump ring. That should be the good size jump ring. Oh, let's bring in our fancy Xeron pliers for this. Fancy Xerons. They have a minimal cat hair. And then we're going to bring in our fancy Amazon no names. But that's okay. They all do the same thing. All right. So we're going to thread this guy on first. If that's the side I want. And then I'm going to thread this guy on top of him. And then I'm just going to go ahead and thread this into the middle portion. And then close that jump ring. Side to side always. Never pulling it apart. Then I like to bring in my little doodad pliers here and do a little squeeze. Just to kind of really seals up that jump ring. Excuse me, guys. It's kind of, and I'll also do like, I'll do this squeeze and then I'll do this squeeze. And then that just really makes that seal super, super close. All right, now we're going to see what this looks like because this is the first time I'll go see it together. Ooh, oh, and it's cute because if it goes, oh, look, if it goes like that, then you can see them both, even if it sits on top. Oh, I love that. So pretty. That's so pretty. Okay. So now we are going to do our chain portion. And basically what we're just doing with this chain is we're just going to add this guy on there. So he's basically just a design element. And I'm going to measure, see about where I want this guy. Well, let's measure this necklace. Let's see. I'm going to predict this is about 21 or 22 inches long. It might be more. It might be more. So that's 12. 12 and so. So like 12 and so it's about 20 inches. All right. Well, we're going to add the hardware on it, so that'll give it a little bit more length. So this is about 20 inches. Okay, fantastic. So I'm actually, let's just cut this chain at like, let's do 17 inches because I'm also going to put little jump rings on here, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I like to keep you guys in suspense. I'll tell you why in a minute. It's my favorite. Okay. I don't know if you can see. I'm just measuring the chain. I don't know. So 12 and 5. Okay, that makes 17. I know that. I know math. I know math. Okay. I just have to say it out loud to make sure I'm right. Oh, sorry about that. All right. So we've gone and cut about 17 inches. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put our little guy on here. And then I'm going to add some jump rings. And these will probably go over those jump rings. Let me add the jump rings on first. So these are little 3mm jump rings we got here. I'm going to do them, not quite show shiny silver. We're going to do this little bit of, just throw a couple on there. These are itty bits. These are, can you see them? Itty bits. Okay. But why I want to do that is because these links are very dainty and they're also oval shaped. And this, the jump ring that I'm going to use to connect it to the toggle is an 18 gauge stainless steel. So I'm afraid that's going to be really thick in that little oval and it's just going to crink up and fight. And you don't want that. But if I put these little baby jump rings on and also they're perfectly round, that will fit better over there. So that's why I do this little part. You don't have to do this part. This is just me liking to challenge myself. I mean, honestly, you can barely even look how small that jump ring is. Is that even a jump ring? What is that? What is this? Okay, I might get real personal. You might hear my breath. You might also hear my stomach growling because dinner is smelling delicious. So we're just going to take this end, put him in here. Now these aren't quite as thick metal, which is okay because they're so small. And small jump rings are they're I feel like they're stronger than the bigger jump rings because it's harder to, you know, because they're so small. It's hard to really get them to open. Look what I did. I smashed it. Sometimes that happens, guys. Sometimes that happens. I might have to get a new jump ring. Sometimes I forget that these aren't the 18 gauge ones, and I smash them too hard and I break them. You just got to be more gentle. I think this is probably like a 21 gauge, because I think a lot of like places that make these things, they use a standard like a 21 gauge metal. Same thing with head pins and stuff, but it's not like, you can find places to buy 21 gauge wire, and I remember talking to somebody a long time ago that said that they use 21 gauge wire for their test projects and stuff. So I know you can buy it. But I don't know. That's usually what these are made of. So I'm just trying to be real gentle here. And that's good. Okay. Leave well enough alone, Kyle. Okay. One more. Oh, look, we didn't even try to use the bail. I just saw that now. I might try the bail later and see if I like it, but the jump ring's not bad. Where did you go? My God, they're playing hide and now is not the time to play hide and seek, my friends. We have company. This is not the time. All right. So again, we're going to do this guy here. All right. We're going to be very gentle, very gentle. Yeah, I have a lot of projects on the way, I hope. I have a gemstone orphanage, one or two coming up. And then another bargain bead box, but from October I would like to do. And then tomorrow, guys, I'm starting that bead stash challenge again. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, so we're going to put on our hardware here, and then we're going to work on the earrings, because God knows I've probably been doing this for 9 hours now. You know what? Let's use the Zurons, because we're feeling fancy. All right. All right, so this is what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to put our SilverSilk layer on first, and then we are going to put our chain on, and see how easy when you put that, that jump ring just makes it so much easier. And then we're going to put one side of our toggle. And guys, I don't generally like to crimp the toggles like onto the bead string wire, because I think having a little jump ring by a toggle just gives it a little more, it makes it easier to maneuver and put it together with its mate. Yeah, I feel like I always like to add a little jump ring there. Where is your seam? Just a little pinchy, and it just closes that right up. Oh, you know who I thought I was a weirdo doing this, and I was watching Kirk Morgan. If you guys know Space Pickle, she has a new channel just for her, like her under her name, and I was watching her do a necklace yesterday, and she did the same thing, and she's called it a love bite, and I thought that was so cute. And I'm like, oh my God, I knew we were destined to be friends for a reason, not just that I'm a crazy stalker. But she's awesome, guys. Go check her out. I'll put her channel down in the description box too, if I remember. Sometimes I say I'm going to put all these things in the description box and then I forget. But okay, so now we're going to put this side on first. And then we're going to put our SilverSilk side on, right? Keeping that uniformity together. And then we're going to put on this portion. And I'm glad that they're double-sided, because sometimes they're not, and it makes it like, what side are you? What side do I go put on? I don't know. But yeah, there we go. Just give that a little clip and tuck, a little nip and dip. There we go. Oh, nice. You can't even feel it. I'm telling you guys, if you're not love biting your jump rings closed, I don't know what you're doing. All right. Look how pretty. But we're not done, because now we just got to add our little charm. I'm just making sure I got everybody on the right side, because sometimes I don't do that. Are we all on the right side? Oh, this is going to be so pretty. I might have to redo it later, though, because this is a little too loose for me. But that's okay. Oh, so I guess I run out of jump rings, huh? Why did I have extra jump rings anywhere? I mean, Carl, why don't you have all these little baby jump rings? I'll be right back. Oh, I tripped. Did you see that? I tripped. Oh, my goodness. That's not good. I tripped over my extension cord. That's terrible. You would have heard me yelling, and then I'd be like, I've fallen and I can't get up. Y'all ever see the meme on Facebook? I think it's on Instagram too. Let me pull you up a little bit. And the dog trips the old man and he falls down, and then the lady comes out and the dog runs off, and he's like, get the dog, get the dog. Oh my God, it cracks me up all the time. I don't know if we want to use a 5mm. I think that'll be fine. Get the dog. So my husband and I do that to each other all the time when we trip. We're always like, get the dog, get the dog. And then the man gets up and he says, I need to go be in private with myself right now. I die every time. I'm like, sir, I know exactly how you feel. That's how I feel pretty much every second of the day. I'm just going to go be in private with myself right now. Okay, so we're just going to put this onto our chain. And guys, you can do this ahead of time and just slide it on when you're, before you put your jump rings on at the end. But we'll just do it this way. It don't really matter. It don't really matter. As long as it gets on there. Funny stuff on the Facebook. Yeah, perfect. All right, guys. So let's move all this nonsense so we can bring you up and you guys can look at this lovely, delicious necklace. There she is. That's always just weird. This is the weird part about filming and stuff. Can you see how beautiful she is? That's a beautiful little necklace, right? It's festive. It's holly jolly. Make sure, there we go. Make sure our toggles are going the proper ways. And there we go. There's our beautiful little necklace. And I like this. I think that came out really good. All right, let's make the earrings real quick. So like I said, here are our earrings. And we are going to be making these delightful little ornaments. And so for the earrings, you are going to need, I have to get my little, guys, that necklace had all that stuff in it. Anyway, that's the cheat sheet. So for the earrings, you are going to need, I'm calling this the Holly Berry Cheer, but I think Holly Jolly is much better. I'm going to stick with Holly Jolly. So for the Holly Jollies, you're going to need 2 3-inch pieces of this pipe chain. You are going to need 2 8-inch pieces of wire. I'm using 22 gauge, a bead-along German style. You can use craft wire. You can use whatever kind of wire you want. I'm using 22 gauge. You can also do this with 20 gauge and 24 gauge. Though if you do 24 gauge, I would probably double wrap this loop up at the top. And I would also probably double wrap these wraps just to keep it a little chunkier. You're going to need 2 5mm jump rings. Hopefully I have both of those. You're going to need, I only need one for this but anyway, you need 2 of these disco satin ruby slipper balls. You need 2 holly charms, which again, guys, I went ahead and painted mine. I didn't do the back on these. I just did the front because I'm lazy. You need 2 of these little ball spacers, and you need 2 ear wires. And for other tube, where is my little tube? I know I had him. Here he is. I'm going to be using this little guy. Some of y'all know this one is the barrel knot, but I use it for wire. So Kelly is the barrel knot queen. I'm the wire knot queen, I guess. I'm not sure. But you're going to need that. And you're also going to need a mandrel. So I've got my little Beadsmith artistic mandrel here. And yeah, so let's get to that. So let's cut us a little piece of wire. I think I said 8 inches, which is probably, again, maybe an excessive amount. You could probably go with 7. But I had wrote 8, so I'm not going to, that's what I'm going to cut because that's what I wrote. All right. There you go. There you go. 8 inches is 8 inches. Or is it? Okay. There we go. Boop. I don't even know what I'm singing right now. I was so sad, you guys, because my outside cat, I have an outside cat that I feed. His name's Bob, because I think it's fun to name cats human names. I haven't seen him in a couple of days and I was really getting worried. He's kind of half feral. He's not very friendly. He lets me pet him, but he's still really skittish. Like if I go in too fast or something, or if I get too close to his ears, he doesn't really like his ears touched. It took me a while for him to trust me to pet his tail. Like I would pet him and then pet up his tail, and that would just freak him out. But he's been good with that lately. But anyway, I hadn't seen him in a couple of days, and he's gone AWOL before. There is one other neighbor that feeds him. He's an older gentleman, so I said, well, maybe he's been up there. I don't know. Where am I putting all these tools? But my husband saw him today because he knows I was worried, and he took a picture of him and sent me a picture. He's like, I saw Bob this morning. He's okay. And I was like, oh my gosh, because I was just like, Danny and I were out there looking for him. Danny's the dog. Danny and I were out there looking for him every day, and it was just, I was so afraid for him. All right, so we're going to take our wire, and we're going to go ahead and insert this tube. And then we're going to kind of bring it to the middle. That's fine, because it says enough wire. We can do that. And then basically what you're going to do is you're going to start forming it up. And then you want to do is grab a mandrel. Now, I decided to go with a circle shape for this one because I thought it more mimicked like an ornament. You can do a teardrop shape. You can do whatever shape you want. This guy comes with 4 different shapes. So what I like to do is I will put him on here, and then I will continue to form until I get the desired. Okay, see how like that's too much, so we'll bring it one down until it gets to where it's going to connect. Okay, and there it's connecting, so then we're going to take that off the tool. Now don't worry, it's going to spring back a little bit. We can continue to shape this afterwards. Okay, the important part is getting this all together. So pull that all together. You're going to want to put your thumb here. Okay, just kind of squeeze that all together. You're going to take one wire, and this wire is going to go back, and then you're going to take the other wire and you're going to go up. So basically this is what you're going to have. It's okay, there's a little gap here. We'll bring that together in a second, but you want one wire going this way and you want one wire going this way. Okay, so bringing that back together, and you're going to try to hold this. You're going to take this back wire, hold this all here at like the base, trying to show and tease. So you're going to take this back wire and you're going to bring it up and wrap it around, right? Locking, you're going to be locking these into place. Now don't worry about the shape, just worry about you want to get it to where these are kind of like exactly together. You can twist it a little bit and then bring your wire to the back. That's looking pretty good. And like I said, you can take this back onto your tool. You can bring that down and you can shape that again. So now you have more of a circle shape, and then you can, it's 22 gauge wire. You can continue to shape it and make it, whatever you want it to be. So now we have this wire back here. Okay. So now we're going to take it across the back as if we were going to, I'm just going to straighten it out a little bit here. As if we were going to wrap it again, but we're not going to do that. So we're going to make a little loop back here. Now you can use your tools, probably you can use your fingers. This is 22 gauge wire. I like to use this little tube because it gives me more of a precise, loop, and I can't do it with my tools. So I put this little guy here in the middle, then I take this wire, see how this wire is going across this way. We're going to bring it across. We're going to basically like a mini figure 8, and across there, and then back to the natural path where it was in the beginning, right? So then you have this little guy. And then you can go ahead and you can kind of clean this guy up and shape him with your fingers a little bit. But I think that looks pretty good. So now this is the important part, because if you don't hold this here, when you go to wrap, you're going to pull this completely out of shape. So hold your thumb here, take this wire, and then just wrap one more time if you want. You can wrap 2 times, lock it in. Right? So basically you've just locked that loop in. And I know it's looking a little crazy right now, but we're going to fix all that. There is nothing that we're doing right now that we can't fix. Okay. Nothing. So let's go ahead. Being very careful that we are not cutting any other necessary doodads in there. That can get a little hairy carry. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and we're going to just try to make this as neat. We're going to clean this up as much as we can, right? Just going to clean this up a little bit. And then we're also going to try to bring these wires down a little bit. Okay. Because they're get a little crazy. We are going to be hiding this under a cone, so it's okay. All right, I like that. Now we're just going to bring this guy over a little bit. And just kind of bring him over so he settles here in the middle. It's just wire. You are the boss. So just remember that. Okay, so I'm liking that. I think that's looking good. Okay. And if you can still, even though we have the loop, you can still put on the tool, just put it with the loop facing back. And then you can still just kind of shape that around that circle. So now you have this more organic circle there. There we go. Organic circle. No, that's a good circle. Organic circle would be wonky. So, but this is where the power of the bead cap comes in. Now, the other bead caps that we put on the other necklace, I thought they were too small, and I thought they just didn't look right here. I don't know. I also don't like this little gap. That's going to drive me crazy. But I just didn't like it. I thought it was too small. It just didn't look right. It looked kind of comical. All right, that's about as good as it's going to get, Kyle. Just go with it. Okay, so now we're going to put on our little disco ball and one of these spacers. Okay, so that's what we have. That's the back. That looks a little better. We're going to reshape that because that's looking a little strange. I think it's because I couldn't get these exactly together how I wanted them, but we'll try to fix that. All right, so we are going to do a small wrapped loop back here. I think I got like 2 wraps in here. And the reason why I like to do that is because I feel like when you put wrapped loops back here, it helps keep everything together, right? Because if you just do a simple loop, this ball has, this has a big hole. This will spin, things might spin. So if you do this ball, this bead, so I feel like if you do a wrap loop, I think you're just gonna, it's a little more secure. Maybe that's just me whistling Dixie, I don't know, but all right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take our round nose pliers. We are just gonna make a loop here. So we took that wire over top of the tool, and then we're just gonna spin our hand around and then bring the wire back. And so this is the front now, this is the back. So we're just gonna center our loop, make this a little bit bigger. I'm gonna center our loop here, right? And then we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to throw some wraps in here. You'll probably get, like I said, 2 or 3. It's looking good. Okay, we'll take it off, and that's what we have. We can go ahead and straighten all that out in a second. We'll straighten her all out. She'll be fine. She'll be ready by Christmas, I promise. I promise. All right. Oh, and I just put those away. So if your loop gets a little wonky, that's fine. Put your tool in here and just kind of move it. Just to use little motions. You move over and you can kind of take it over here and just kind of round that out. And that will help a little bit. Not a whole lot of it, but it does help a little bit. Okay. And then when we go down here and we actually find there we go. And that will straighten all that out. Let's find our little end. And just close him down. Okay. That's looking good. All right. And then again, we can put this on the shaper and make that shape. Just be very careful. Don't force anything. We're just trying to make our guy look better. That looks a little better. I'm good with that. See, that came together. We're just going to move this guy over here just a little bit. Okay, more centered. See how we centered that a little bit more just with our tools? Now we're just going to take one of our jump rings. And I think this is a 5mm jump ring. We're going to open that up. Yeah, if you wanted to put a bead here, you could put a bead here. If you didn't want to put a charm here, you could put whatever here you want to put here. We're going to put this little guy charm here. Okay, we're making sure we're putting him on the right side. And then I'll just lay that down, and laying it on the mat makes it a little bit easier to get your tools in here and close that jump ring. Okay. The mat will sometimes act as like a second set of hands sometimes. Oops, I went a little too much with that jump ring. Trying to make sure it's closed. Little fine details that drive me crazy. All right, there we go. Did I put it on the right side? I did. I did. I put it on the right side. Okay. So there you go, guys. Now this might be a little bit big of an earring for somebody. Let's bring in the ruler and see how big she is. I'm going to hang it. This is how I usually tell. It's about not quite 2.5 inches. Not quite. And they do look like, they look heavy, but guys, you know, this pipe chain weighs nothing. This is like silicone pipe. These charms are light, and these beads are not heavy at all. So, and then I just, you know, I like these ear wires. So I just put this in here. So yeah, these are really, really, really lightweight. You know, they're not heavy at all. Not at all. All right, my friends. So there's our earrings. Let's bring in our necklace, our star of the show, and I will let you guys go. I've got some more stuff coming up today. Hopefully, I've got a gemstone orphanage coming up, and a couple other things. I think I'm just fixing the necklace here. Oh my goodness, Lord, bless it. Okay, there we go. And there's our necklace. So yeah, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little, just little tooty toot. Guys, if you've got some of this pipe chain, this is a great, great project. Am I upside? Oh, am I backward? I'm backwards. That's why. That's why. If you've got some of this pipe chain, this is a great, great project. Use your pipe chain. Nile, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, he's got a SilverSilk has a pop-up shop going on right now, guys. I will put the SilverSilk in the link in the box, in all the things, and you'll get to go over there and see all the stuff. It's amazing. I love all the stuff, but the pipe chain, I have to tell you, is my favorite. I love the capture chain. I love all the chains. I love everything he does. But the pipe chain is my favorite because it really is so easy to work with, and it adds so much to your design. He also has this knitted over top of leather, guys. And I also really love the leather knitted chain too. That's really amazing in bracelets. And I actually think I have a bracelet that I'm going to be working on in a couple weeks that has some of that in there. So yeah. All right, my friends. Until next time, be good to yourselves and, you know, take the long way home. Have a great day, my friends. Bye.